Royal shocker. Queen Margrethe sends engagement blessing to Princess Leonor and Prince Christian. The Danish court was silent. Tradition demanded distance. But then, Queen Margrethe broke it. Not with politics. Not with protocol. With love. A royal blessing, unexpected. And it changed everything for Princess Leonor. The news spread faster than anyone could have imagined. A single gesture, a few words, and suddenly Europe's royal houses were caught in a wave of shock. Queen Margrethe of Denmark, a monarch known for caution, tradition, and silence, had chosen to step forward. And her move, an open engagement blessing for Spain's heir, Princess Leonor de Bourbon. It wasn't planned. It wasn't expected. But it was real. The cameras had gathered for a formal event. A ceremony honoring the bonds between Denmark and Spain, nothing unusual on the surface. Yet within minutes, the tone shifted. Because Queen Margrethe's words were not just diplomatic. They were personal. And at the center of it all, was Leonor. The power of rare words. Royal watchers knew immediately. Margrethe rarely speaks on family matters outside her own Danish circle. Engagements, blessings, even quiet approval, these are kept behind closed doors. But this time, she went public. Her words, translated across Europe, echoed with weight. Spain's future queen carries dignity and strength. May love guide her path, as it has guided ours. Simple, soft, but in royal language, explosive. Because for Princess Leonor, those words meant more than congratulations. They meant acceptance, validation, a signal that her union was not just personal, but recognized at the highest levels of European royalty. Why it matters. To understand why this moment carried such shock, we must remember who Leonor is. Born in Madrid in 2005, she has lived her life under the heaviest crown of expectations. Future Queen of Spain, daughter of Felipe and Letizia. Every choice scrutinized, every silence interpreted, and then, whispers. Whispers about her private life. About who she loved. About whether Europe's monarchies would ever approve. That was the storm Leonor walked through. A storm fueled by tabloids, palace insiders, and relentless comparisons. And suddenly, Queen Margrethe cut through it. Not just by mentioning Leonor, but by blessing her, publicly, loudly. Later in this video, you'll hear the surprising reaction from Spain's royal palace, a reaction that left even insiders stunned. But first, we need to step back into the history that makes Margrethe's words so rare. Tradition versus change. For centuries, monarchs across Europe avoided direct approval of marriages outside their own families. Engagement blessings were whispered, not declared. But Margrethe, nearing the twilight of her reign, chose a different path. Her own life has been a story of defiance. She was never meant to reign. Danish law once excluded women. But she fought. The people rallied. And she became Denmark's longest-serving monarch. That experience shaped her. And perhaps, when she looked at Leonor, she saw not just a young princess. She saw herself. A woman destined to fight against expectation. And in blessing Leonor, she was passing on something deeper than approval. She was passing on solidarity. The Spanish reaction. When her words reached Madrid, the royal household paused. King Felipe, precise and measured, had never asked for such an open blessing. Some advisors were unsettled. Was this interference? Was it too soon? Would Spain's traditions allow such public alignment? But for Queen Letizia, it was different. Witnesses noted a quiet smile when she heard the words. Because she knew, for Leonor, this was not politics. It was protection. Protection against rumor. Protection against doubt. And when Leonor herself heard it, insiders say she felt relief. For once, the pressure was not about defending her choice. It was about being supported in it. Leonor's voice. And then came the moment no one predicted. Leonor, poised yet emotional, stood before cameras days later. Not rehearsed. Not scripted. And she spoke. She thanked Queen Margrethe. She thanked her family. But more importantly, she claimed her own space. Her words were steady. My path has never been mine alone. But today, I feel it is seen. And I am grateful. It was short. It was delicate. But it was historic. Because for the first time, Leonor was not just the silent heir, reacting to pressures. She was the future queen, standing in gratitude and strength. What it means for the future. Later in this video, you'll hear how young Spaniards reacted on social media, why European newspapers called it a turning point, and how Leonor herself is shaping her role through this blessing. Students posted clips of her speech, adding messages of support. She's real. She's human. She's ours. Analysts debated, was this a soft endorsement of union between Spain and Denmark's royal houses? Was it the dawn of a new chapter where monarchs bless love openly, not privately? And yet, the most powerful part was not speculation. It was Leonor herself. Because through Margrethe's rare gesture, Leonor found both freedom and responsibility. Freedom, to live her truth without endless rumor. Responsibility, to carry that truth with dignity. It wasn't scandal. It wasn't rebellion. It was blessing. And for Leonor, a young woman caught between duty and desire, it was perhaps the first time the two finally aligned. This moment will be remembered. Not as a headline, not as gossip, but as the day a queen in Denmark extended her hand to a princess in Spain, and gave her the courage to step into the world, not just as a royal, but as herself.